This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Why does every team rake against the A's and we can't?
It's a good question.
What is it with soft throwing left-handers that just screw with this team's brain? I don't understand. I really don't. Also, I really hope that was Victor Robles' decision to bunt and not Dan Wilson's, because if that is a coach's decision, that is egregiously bad. Egregiously bad. Mariners POSTCAST here. Anderson Hurst here. Chris Crawford with you. Mariners dropped this one 2-1. They have scored 3 runs in the 2 games, all coming on solo home runs. So, yes, you are reliant on the home run ball at this point. You get a good, not great start from George Kirby, but good. Should have been good enough, to be honest. Yeah. But it wasn't, unfortunately. So we're going to talk about it. We go live right after every single Mariner baseball game. We're going to talk about George Kirby's start. Effectively wild, I think, is a great description, because it's not something we're used to seeing from him. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah, no offense, 3 hits. One of them coming from Victor Robles, who you asked to bunt in the 10th inning. So we'll get to that, as well as I'm sure you guys all know how much I hate bunting. Chris Crawford, initial thoughts on the game tonight.
I will just end it with one sentence. They were better than Jalen Milroe.
Were they, though? Were they?
No, honestly, they weren't. These are the type of losses that you can't have right now. You just can't. And it's a failure in process. It's certainly a failure in results. And yeah, this one has me a little irked.
Yeah, to be honest, there's not a ton of moments to go over in this game. It's Jeffrey Springs somehow dominating this Mariner team. I don't get why. But let's start with George Kirby, and then we'll get to that.
Yeah.
What do you think of his start tonight? Goes 6 innings, gives up 1 run. Or is it 2 runs? Sorry.
1 run. One.
Just the 1. That's right, because Caleb Ferguson gets the second one.
Yeah.
What was it? 3 Ks?
3 Ks, 3 walks, 4 hits allowed.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very aesthetically pleasing start for him. He just didn't have any fastball command tonight. And I'm glad they finally talked about this a little bit during the broadcast today about the change in his arm slot. And he may never be that control artist ever again, because it's just not easy to replicate the success that he had. Now, that doesn't mean he can't be an awesome pitcher. Even with the 3 walks, even giving up some hard contact, he was pretty dang good tonight, right? Like that's a good Oakland lineup, and I'm going to call him Oakland for the sake of this. That's a talented lineup. There are guys that on the A's that I would like on the Seattle Mariners. Brent Rooker, Tyler Soderstrom, Big Amish, as they're calling him. I would love those guys to play for the Seattle Mariners. So holding that lineup to just 1 run is fine. It's just never going to be the aesthetically pleasing, easy, pound the strike zone, hit your spots with everything, I think. Certainly not for the rest of this year, and maybe not ever again. The secondary stuff is going to become really important for George Kirby. But if you pitch 6 innings of 1-run baseball, you should win.
Yeah.
You win every single frickin' time. And as much as it wasn't a fun start to watch, like if you didn't, we've talked about this a few times with a few Kirby starts, a few Gilbert starts, even a few Woo starts. If you just watched what was happening and didn't see anything after the swing, you wouldn't come away all that impressed sometimes. Right. But the results are usually good enough. And tonight, George Kirby was good enough. If only he didn't play for a team that really can't hit left-handed pitching or soft throwing pitchers right now.
Yeah. George Kirby wasn't the story of tonight. So we'll leave the evaluation at that. I do have one quick question though, before we get into other stuff. Is there a reason he did switch his arm angle? Was it injury related, or was he trying to
100%. It's 100%. It's totally based on the shoulder. And Ryan Rowland Smith brought this up in his new role because this network doesn't know what the hell they're doing. That he talked about that it's not so much elbows that you have to change your arm slot, but when it's shoulder related, you usually have to drop that arm angle, right? And I believe Mentic mentioned that it was at 37 degrees and now it's down to 29, which it's just a little harder to control your fastball when you have to drop down low like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be something that'll be very interesting to watch over these next few games or for the next few seasons, to be honest with you, because he may be a completely different pitcher when he's done with his career than the one that we saw to begin the year.
Yeah, I think that's completely fair, and that's kind of what we've been noticing. I didn't notice the arm slot difference, so I'm glad they pointed it out. But
Sure.
We've been saying that almost every time. It's like, yeah, stuff maybe looks a little bit better, but his command just isn't George Kirby. And unfortunately, like maybe there's an off-season thing that he can do to get that back, but I don't know. It's we're not used to seeing that from him. But again, it's not the story of tonight. The story of tonight's the offense. 3 F and E.
Yeah,
what were you going to say about George? Were you going to say something else?
The only thing I was going to say also is it probably should have been 2 walks because once again, the umpiring was just freaking garbage. Garbage! And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the incompetence. It's so bad. You don't know what to strike from not just inning to inning. Game to game would be one thing. Inning to inning another. It's pitch to pitch. You don't know what's going to be a strike and what's not going to be. Is that the reason the Mariners only scored 1 run? No. Is that completely the reason why Kirby threw 57 of 98 pitches for strikes? No, not really. It didn't help. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of some freaking nerd telling me that MLB umpires have never been better and there's some score sheet with your freaking data book. Watch the freaking game and tell me that umpires are better than they've ever been. You freaking liar.
Yeah. And it's worth pointing out that it wasn't just against the Mariners that they were bad. There were some awful calls for the Mariners.
It was so bad. So bad. Like even for Kirby, he threw Jacob Wilson on that pitch that he hits into left field. He threw him 7 straight balls, but it was a 3-2 count.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's frustrating when you feel like you're doing your job. And of course, there are missed calls in other sports, but it's a different level of bad. I can't explain it in a better way than that.
No, it's a great point.
Because it's because other missed calls most of the time are more subjective. Like I played soccer. The handball rule is always kind of an issue. Like, was he reaching his hand out? Like, you can always kind of understand a referee's decision in that time. For baseball, it's a ball or a strike. There's no other context needed. It is a ball or it is a strike. Like, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You have the technology. We can rebuild him. We have the technology, right? Like, let's just do it.
Yep, I'm with you. All right. When we get on the other side of the break, let's talk about the offense because, boy, it's bad. It's 2 straight days of bad. I mean, home runs are good, and you get one tonight, but let's talk about the rest of it. This is the Mariners Postcast. We'll be with you on the other side. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime-flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. Perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game.
Whether you're out on the course or just planning for an uprising of the robots to become umpires, 5-Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. Like, anytime I'm on the course and I need some energy, I'll definitely be looking for 5-Hour Energy Transfusion because I'm going to want to have a lot of conversations about how bad the umpiring in baseball is right now. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I concur. I'm ready for the uprising. Golf is all about good times, good people, and good flavors. This grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5-Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for two to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament, and it ends October 31st, 2025. Okay, welcome back to the Mariners Postcast. Anderson Hurst, Chris Crawford with you. Mariners lose this one 2-1. George Kirby goes 6 innings of one-run baseball. You'll take that every day of the week, and the bats just don't awaken. You get a couple good ABs. I'm thinking at the top of the order. Randy was bad besides the home run tonight. Cal Raleigh was bad all night offensively. Julio had a couple hard hit balls, but then his third at bat was bad. Naylor had a hit, I guess. Gino. I'm not going to expect him to hit a home run every game. It just is what it is. He had a walk, I think, as well. So, but come on, guys. Like, I understand. I'm one of the people that have embraced hitting home runs is good. Relying on home runs is not a Mariners only thing. This is the team all around baseball. This happens, but man, you got to get some traffic on the base path. That's what's gonna eventually lead to other ways to scoring runs. It's not like, okay, we have to play small ball now in order to score runs. No, that's not what's gonna do it. It's taking good at bats, making the pitcher work. I think Springs was averaging 10 pitches an inning for the first 4 or 5 innings, and it was just way too aggressive for these guys. So I'm not even saying that you need to just, string some hits together. I understand it's harder to do, but you got to string some at-bats together where you're at least getting on base. I don't know. What was your evaluation of the offense tonight and honestly in the last 2 days?
Garbage, just a garbage offensive performance again. And the crazy thing is Jeffrey Springs barely lowered his ERA against the Seattle Mariners today. It was 1.59 coming into today. And you know what? He didn't lower it because he was at 1.74 or something like that today. It was pathetic. And, I will say there was some hard contact that was caught today. That leaping catch from Kurtz was a really nice play. Lawrence Butler chased down a few today, made a nice catch. A couple of balls hit right at him too. There were some Adam balls. You get 3 hits and you score 1 run, and there's just not enough bad luck in the world.
It's not like this dude, we're facing Jacob Lopez tomorrow. He's been good recently. Very good.
Sure.
Jeffrey Springs has been terrible lately.
He has a 4.59 ERA against the rest of the league. He has just pitched really, really well against the Seattle Mariners. And some of that, good for him. Some of that, just crappy offense today. The top of the order, I know Randy clobbers that home run, and that was great. But the other at-bats were just atrocious tonight. Julio had one of his worst offensive games of the year. Mitch Garver wasn't very good. He got a pitch he should have shellacked. He looked pretty frustrated when he didn't do it. J.P. Crawford was awful today. Cole Young does draw the walk. The lineup was just atrocious tonight. Real quick, I will say my unsung hero is the bullpen. Bullpen pitched well tonight. Bullpen pitched
Caleb
really
Ferguson's
well
bad
tonight.
pitch that led to the tie game, or the
Caleb Ferguson leaves a breaking ball up when the zombie runner is there. I don't think that I have really any issues with what I will say. Leaving Caleb Ferguson in for that at bat isn't my favorite. That right-hander facing Caleb Ferguson with pop like Shea Langoliers, I didn't love that, but he did leave a breaking ball up. You give up, even if he gives up that run, I think the bullpen is a positive tonight for sure.
Yeah,
you pitched. And it was great to see Munoz bounce back. So I wanted to get that out of the way because that's your only positive from this game to me is Kirby was fine and your bullpen pitched pretty darn well.
Yeah.
The offense was just garbage. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to have offensive games like this. And can we just go to the freaking 10th inning, please?
Yeah, I want to mention you said you would have taken Ferguson out. I believe Langoliers was his third batter. So I don't
That's
even think I was
correct. I probably would have pitched around Langoliers is basically
Yeah.
what I meant there. Like,
Yeah.
just go after, well, except then Brent Rooker, but I'll take my right-hander going up against him over Ferguson, a left-hander facing that situation.
Sure.
I'll be honest. Ferguson hasn't been great since joining Seattle. He hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been like a superstar, but nor should he be expected to be, right? Like,
I also think he's being misused.
A little bit.
Really do.
A little
I
bit,
really
yeah.
think he should be your true lefty specialist, right?
Yeah.
He is so much more successful against left-handed batters. And I think Gabe Spire has proven to you he can get both sides out. And I realize you used Spire earlier in the game, and he was great.
He's really good too.
But I still think, especially if you only have two lefties, you got to kind of like really pick your moments with your usage there. I get it. Nick Kurtz has very heavy splits. I'm not even saying they made the wrong decision. I just think overall Ferguson could be looking a lot better if he was put in the right situations. Anyways.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's totally fair. Totally fair. But, and I will say this too, almost assuredly Matt Brash wasn't available tonight. So you were probably looking at, I'd probably still rather have Ferguson pitching than Vargas in that situation, or who the hell else is in that bullpen available, right? Like that's a tough one. Just don't leave a hanging breaking ball there, you know? And, but here's the other thing. It's great that it was, because the Mariners weren't going to score another gosh damn run tonight. So it was, thank you for saving us some time. Like I could go to bed at 10:30 tonight instead of 10:15 or 11:15. So thanks.
Let's get right to the 10th inning, because I think that was an opportunity where they you start with the lineup comes out. It's going to be Mitch Garver, Victor Robles, JP Crawford is the three that's coming, right? Dan does the right thing and pinch hits Jorge Polanco for Mitch Garver. Jorge Polanco works a walk, excellent at bat. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's not just getting a walk. It's just like better at bats, guys. Like that's what's going to help you in the long run to be way less reliant on these home runs. Victor Robles comes up. He attempts to bunt, pops it up, gets it out. Nothing else happens. I really hope that was Robles making that his own decision. I doubt it too, but I really hope so, because that is an awful decision if that is what Dan Wilson's truly doing. One of the three guys that has gotten your hits tonight, he has been raking in the minor leagues, has made some great plays in the outfield. You could tell his momentum was there. He was excited to be back with the group. Let him swing away, bro. And the thing is, it sets it up for JP against a lefty. And I realized they put in a lefty after that, but you got to see that coming, man.
100%. He knows it. He knows it too. And here's the thing. Number one, it's great to see Victor Robles back in the Seattle Mariners.
Yes. So much better than Dylan Moore.
So number two, I wish Dylan Moore luck with whatever he does next, right? It's probably not going to be a Mariner. He could go unclaimed, and then maybe you send him to AAA, and maybe he's one of the added, like if he's your 28th man and not a big part of it, so be it. Number three, terrific catch in the outfield tonight.
Yes.
He made an awesome catch. Number four, most importantly, well, actually, no, number four can be tied with number five. It was a terrible decision. It's also a terrible bunt. You have to get that down. Yeah. You're a major league freaking hitter. You are a guy who slugs in the low 300s, or excuse me, in the mid 300s. You sometimes are going to have to play small ball. I hate the decision there, but if they tell you to do it, you can't just pop the ball up like that. That's a dreadful play by a major league hitter. That being said, the process of asking him to bunt there is a bad process. It's bad process. He also tried to bunt for a hit earlier in the game, and it was dreadful. It was a dreadful bunt right back to the first baseman. So he likes to lay it down. So it's not completely out of the question that was Victor Robles deciding to lay one down.
Yeah.
Jorge and him both have a tendency to, sacrifice on their own. It's terrible. It's terrible. And if it's Dan Wilson's decision to do that, knowing that your next two hitters are left-handers with a bullpen, a lefty ready to go, is horrible management. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And if it's Victor Robles' decision, it's horrible decision making from someone who might have made a pretty horrible decision not all that long ago either. This is the thing, man. This team, yes, it's the manager that makes some terrible decisions. The players got to play better than this too. You can't score one run against the gosh damn AAA Sacramento Athletics. You can't. You cannot. They lost this game not just because of a bad decision in the 10th, not just because of a poor pitch from Caleb Ferguson, but because you scored one flippin' run in 10 innings against mediocrity. The players have to play better. And if Victor Robles is told to lay a bunt down, he's got to make a better bunt than that. Cannot happen.
Yeah. And this is the thing about bunting with me. Everyone kind of labels me as the bunt hater, which I am. Hand up, I am.
Oh, dude. First, let me just say this: anybody is pro sacrifice bunt in this era is an idiot. I'm just telling you right now, it's an idiotic thing to be. We have this thing. It's called math. We're not as good as it in other countries, but we have figured out that giving up outs is a bad thing, right? Unless the only thing you need is one run, it's not a good decision to bunt. And they needed more than one. Last time I checked, they needed to score 2 more runs to win the game. So giving up an out doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense there. This is not a, wow, it's crazy for anyone to be anti-bunt. No, it's crazy to be pro giving up outs in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah. And everyone just assumes, oh, you can just get a bunt down. It's that easy, right? It's a given. No, it is not. I honestly think it was more likely that Victor Robles swings away and gets a hit there than him actually laying down the bunt. So
this is a really good question here. If it was Victor's call, is there typically any repercussions by Dan? Or there's usually a pretty good talking to? There's usually a pretty good hey, this is not acceptable to do this in this situation. I'm not going to say he's going to get suspended. He's going to get suspended in about a week, but there's not going to be anything life-changing in terms of decisions here. But if Dan really didn't want him to bunt, Dan will be talking to Victor afterwards. Yeah. Dan said it was his call post-game. Well, there you go. Dan Wilson sucks at this.
We've already established that. So I don't know. I haven't confirmed that. I am waiting for my Twitter to load. I will wait a little bit longer. I will trust you, Ryan Bliss. Great name, by the way. I will trust you, Ryan Bliss, that is the case, because it's kind of the gut feeling that I had, but I was really hoping it was Victor, because then that's an easier fix, honestly, if it's one player that kind of just acted, I don't think went rogue, but acted on his own, right? And the process of the team is still sound. When your manager is making that decision, not good at all. I don't understand it. Anyone asked, Adam asked for the double steal. Not a terrible decision, but you have Jorge Polanco and Josh Naylor, 2 of the slowest people on earth.
And they're paying so much attention to Naylor now. That's why you haven't. Part of it's because he hasn't gotten on base all that much, but they're also paying so much more attention to Naylor now. And I don't trust Polanco. Langoliers has a pretty good howitzer too, so I get it. Maybe a time where you could consider a pinch runner. Something along those lines. So, I got it wrong, by the way. It would be Polanco stealing second and then Naylor stealing third. They just pay too much attention to Naylor now. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, right? But, dang it. I hate this loss so much.
It sucks. It sucks, man. It's such a winnable game. The Athletics are going nowhere. They didn't even take it from you. You just lied over and, oh, man, I don't even want to go deeper into this.
Real quick, Claire. First of all, love Claire. Appreciate all the time that you spend in the chat with us. He got fired when they were 64-64. It was game 128 last year. And so Dan Wilson has managed basically one full season now. And I'm not sure how much better he's gotten at this.
I think it's almost the exact same record.
Yeah, pretty close.
You're 4 games away. What are they, 64-60 now?
No, they are 69-61.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's close, though.
Few games up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Astros win tonight. I think you're 3 games out at this point. Yep. So not good. Not good at all in Mariner land. Hopefully they figure this out. I mean, this offense is better than what it's been doing in the past couple of days. They just can't put it all together. And again, I know I'm not someone to just pile on in managerial situations, but my God, it makes it so easy. Bucky Jacobson actually made a really good point about this, that once you start to see the flaws of someone, he's a very anti-Mitch Garver guy on KJR. He hates his at-bats, hates the way he kind of goes about winning a baseball game, right? So now every time that Mitch Garver comes to at-bat, he's just waiting for him to do something wrong. And he was mentioning the same thing with people with Dan Wilson, and I completely agree with that, because it's just like now you're seeing every flaw. It's like you're waiting for a terrible decision, and then you're just pouncing on it. But it's what this guy does. He hasn't given the benefit of the doubt to where we should be expecting anything different at this point.
You know, and here's the thing I'll say too, like, and that's fair. We do notice flaws. It's easier to have hindsight. Sure. But I heard Eno Saris talk about this with Ian. I heard there was a commenter who said, well, everybody's talking about hindsight. Like, it's so easy to do hindsight. What else can we do? It's not like we can just go in and like announce on T-Mobile's thing. It's not like we can go, attention Kmart shoppers, we don't like this decision that's coming up. All we have is hindsight. So yeah, of course, we not talk about it afterwards because we can't talk about it during. It would be impossible. So of course there's some hindsight to it, but that doesn't mean we don't like what's happening when it's happening too. We just have our platform. Oh, I don't know. After the game.
It's called a postcast. And welcome in. Like the video if you haven't already.
And I love, but man, that's a silly thing to say. It's just hindsight. No, it's not bull crap. It's not just hindsight. It's just that's when you hear people mention it. It's hindsight because it has to be.
It's called reaction, right? You're reacting to something that happened, and you analyze every decision. And if you're not ready for that in pro sports, you're not in the right business. You're just not. I'm sorry. Okay, really quick, unsung hero or unsung villain. I know you mentioned something earlier, but if you want
bullpen, I'll just go with the bullpen. I'll go specifically Eduardo Bazardo. I liked what he did against a very strong part of the lineup.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of a better unsung at that point. I'm going to go unsung villain. I honestly don't really have one. It's just, I might just, I'll go unsung hero, Gabe Spire. He's good.
There you go. He was great today too.
Yeah.
If I was going to go an unsung villain, it'd probably be JP Crawford. You know, I mean, he just, I
didn't think of a specific moment with him, so it was he just had a bad baseball game, which unfortunately I'm kind of used to at this point. So, yeah. All right. All right, guys. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. Please like the video if you haven't already. Thank you, Chris Crawford, as Bubbles T Rap says.
He's always there with the thank you, Chris Crawford, and I can't appreciate it enough, my man.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris Crawford from Anderson Hurst as well. There you go.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. That's perfect. We'll be back tomorrow. We got Logan Gilbert versus Jacob Lopez. Hey, Chris Crawford, guess what we have to look forward to?
A left-handed pitcher.
Another left-handed pitch.
Oh, goodness gracious. How many? Well, we faced a righty on Friday, and that was 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag offensively, too. So.
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe was really bad today.
Yeah. Were the Mariners worse? You decide.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Play better baseball.